Before I start this video, I just want to thank you guys so much for 50 subscribers. This is, believe it or not, a pretty big milestone for me, and I appreciate the fact that at least some people watch my videos. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. Ah yes, Twilat, the Rat Lumian. Twilat is possibly one of the most hated Lumians in the game. Why? Well, most people hate it because it appears on literally every route. Every single one. Like, seriously, couldn't they just, like, put Cathorn in front of them or something instead? Anyway, during the past couple days of me scrolling through Twilat memes because I have nothing better to do, I had a brilliant idea. What if I tried to beat the whole game with just one Twilat? I know, my genius. It scares me too. It would be interesting, would you think? Well, yes, you do. You clicked on this video. So yes. So, why not do that? Is it possible to beat Loomian Legacy with just a Twilat? Let's find out. Before we jump straight into this challenge, there's gonna have to be a couple rules. Rule number 1, I can only catch a Twilat and nothing else. This means the challenge starts once I get capture discs. Rule number 2, I cannot trade a Twilat to my main account to EXP grind. All grinding must be done on the account I'm using to do the challenge, just because to make it fair. Otherwise, trading is completely fair game. Rule number 3, Twilat cannot evolve. Every time it tries to, I have to cancel the evolution. Yeah, those rules seem pretty fine. So now we can finally start the challenge for real. Let's get right into it. Again. Now I'm sure you've noticed the elephant in the room by now. Loomian Legacy isn't a finished game since there are only 2 battle theaters. So how are we supposed to beat an unfinished game? Well, I'm glad you asked, because in this challenge we're just gonna finish with the content the game has currently, because I have found no other alternative. This means the game is considered beaten once we beat the second battle theater. So, yeah, any objections? No? Well, good. Let's begin for real this time. I swear. Believe me. We start our adventure off by naming our character. Once that's over with, we head over to the mining area where we talk to Dad, whose jigsaw puzzle just flew away in multiple different pieces in front of our very eyes. That's one weird jigsaw puzzle. Anyway, after that we head over to the lab, where we can pick out a starter Lumian. This is supposed to be the Lumian that sticks with us throughout our entire adventure. But, since we're just going with Twilat, it doesn't really matter who I pick. So I just went with Embit to make the fight against Kabunga much easier. After defeating Mom, we head over to a little storage shack or something, I don't know. And we get rewarded with medicines, and more importantly, capture discs. After this, we head over to Route 1 to begin the challenge. Again. Catch the first Twilat and see, I'm so funny, so I decided to nickname it Chad, because I'm obviously a comedic mastermind. Now it's time to grind, and you're gonna see me do this a lot in this challenge, because Twilat kinda sucks. So, we need Twilat to be at least level 6 so that it can compete with all the trainers in Route 1. And, yeah, after beating the first trainer, we challenge Daniel, who is the first rematchable trainer in the game, and the only one we have access to at this point. This means we're going to have to go here if we want to grind. We then easily defeat the last trainer of the route and make it into Chestnut Town, where we can finally have access to a Lumi Center to get free healing. We heal up and go back to grinding because I completely forgot the Galeforce Lumians were such a high level. So we grind it to level 9, but before we can enter the forest, we're treated with a cutscene. Alright, yeah, we're gonna see these a bunch, aren't we? In the cutscene, there's this old guy reporting something to the police about how Dustkit got corrupted. It's not important. But the police don't believe him and leave, so the guy tells us to go and help Dustkit ourselves. Alright then, it's not like I had much to do anyway. Before we go and save the forest or something, we have to go and pick up an important item, the Kabunga coffee. Now, you might think that the Starbucks ripoff isn't exactly going to be the best item to have, but it's the only one we have, and it's actually quite good. This item has the chance to replenish a bit of our energy every turn, which comes in handy in very stall-based battles, and trust me, there's a lot of those in this challenge. Once we reach the forest, we basically sweep through it. At this point in the game, Twilat is still able to hold up fairly well, so it's not that hard to just blitz through Galeforce like it's nothing. Although bug fight was a bit annoying, we make it through all the trainers in the forest and we can finally face the corrupted Duskit. After grinding for like another 2 hours. Duskit's level isn't the problem, as it's only level 8. The problem is Duskit's typing. Because of the recent typeless nerf, Spirit now resists typeless, meaning that Duskit is going to be taking a lot less damage than any other Lumian against our Twilat, who can only learn typeless moves. Duskit is also packing a Mind type and the move Brainwash, which is a Mind type move, and it's super effective against typeless types. I know that doesn't make any sense, just go with it. This means that it can also hit us for super effective damage. According to my calculations, Twilat can only 5-hit KO Duskit with Swipe, which it learns at level 16. So back to grinding I go. At last, after an hour and a half of grinding, we reached level 16 and learned Swipe. So, we go back into Galeforce and fight our first real roadblock of the challenge, Corrupted Duskit. It's a tense battle, I know. Brainwash can 4-hit KO, so I might have to heal a bit. Maybe stalling out its energy is the best strategy. Or maybe I just spam Swipe and win. Yep. How challenging. Either that or I'm just really good at the game, I don't know. After this whole encounter, the old man thanks us and we can finally go to the next city and challenge the battle theater. We once again sweep through the next route and make it into Sylvant City, where we buy a bunch of meds, just cause. It is now time to challenge the battle theater. Round 1 goes pretty smoothly, and I barely take any damage. Round 2 was a little tricky, but nothing to get worked up about. After a puzzle, we challenge the battle star Mania. I don't know. She leads off with her Geklois. I lead off with my only Lumian, Chad, the Twilat. I go for Swipe immediately and land a critical hit, which is nice. I swipe again to finish her off. She then goes into her other Geklo, and by the end of the fight I'm basically below half health and with a little energy thanks to her dodge shenanigans. I heal up and get ready for her final Lumian, Kleptype. It goes for Sharpen as I go for Swipe, which does below average damage. Crap. She then goes for Pilfer, which does a lot of damage, but I retaliate with Swipe, again, putting her in range of just one more attack. I don't take any risk and heal, as she goes for another Sharpen. I go for Swipe as she quick pounces, which does pitiful damage, allowing me to win the fight and get my first medal. Before we continue, we get access to Twilat's best move, Luminous Roar. Since beating the theater gives us access to the Trader Sword, I can trade my Twilat over there and reverse rally it in order to teach it Luminous Roar. As you can see, I did not do any grinding while I was on my other account with Twilat, so it's still the same level as when I traded it away. And I didn't transfer any items either, just so you know I didn't break the rules. I just taught it the move and that's it. Luminous Roar is an 80 power ranged move. A major upgrade over Swipe, which is only 60 power. The only con is its energy cost, which is very high at this point in the game. Anyway, after beating her, Naya tells me she can upgrade my watch to do a shiny thing that destroys dark walls or something, so I go and do that. But I need to go to a cave or something first, I don't know. In the cave, we encounter Jake, and I absolutely obliterate him with the Luminous Roar. Nobody stands a chance against me as long as I have Chad by my side. Unfortunately for us, we can't go into the next route just yet. At least not until we defeat these guys. We fight 2 of them, and the first one leads with a Fan Cub. which is a bit of a problem thanks to its brawler and spirit type. Fortunately, we managed to take it out and her clip type because no problem. We then easily defeat the second trainer. After a quick trip to the center, we can now access Route 4. You'd think I would just sweep through it like normal, but the game's difficulty really picks up a notch because I was actually having some problems here. First of all, every Lumion has dodge, which sucks. Second of all, everything can somehow tank all of our hits, even our newly acquired Luminous Roar. It doesn't get much better once we go into Route 5 either. I had to heal a couple of times. At least here in Route 5 we can find the best EXP grinding trainer who has a Cinnamoth and a Driftveil. So you bet I'm going to be grinding a lot here. We finally reach the bridge and we get another cutscene. Basically, some corrupted monks are chasing this dude into a volcano, so yeah, weird. Oh well, I guess I'll just go and challenge the... Oh. So it looks like we're forced to go into the volcano and save the dude now, I guess. Thanks to literally everything using dodge, my Twilat looks took quite a beating, but I managed to make it through and defeat all the monks. Which means I saved the leader's son, I guess. So after a very long dialogue sequence, we're tasked with going into the pagoda and taking out all the corrupt monks in there. So after another quick heal up at the newly acquired center, we go and take down this oversized shack thing. What you need to do here is just click the buttons in the right order and the monks will give you hints once you beat them. So I just did that and got ready to face the corrupted Kazune, who got kinda bodied by Luminous Roar. And by that I mean I lived on 1 health, please don't bully me. Also while I was in the pagoda, Twilat learned the last move it needs, Scapegoat. This should be very useful for the battlefield, and you'll see why soon enough. I went and did some grinding, and these are our stats entering the theater, so let's do this. I walked out to the theater to meet some familiar faces. Anyway, the first round we managed to get through pretty nicely. The second round I wasn't so lucky, however. It was going well, at least until this Skilava burned me with Scorching Skin, and since I have no way to get rid of burn, I'm stuck with it for the rest of the challenge. Great. After that, we beat the monk's Kratal, and after a puzzle, we finally got to the final battle. Akio. Okay, yeah, I'll stop trying. I immediately go with Scapegoat first turn, predicting a dodge, but unfortunately I get it wrong and he goes for Slash. I managed to get Luminous Roar for the next turn, which takes it down to half of his health. I quickly heal up and take it out with another Luminous Roar. He then sends out Wisp up, who isn't much of a challenge, surprisingly enough. He does force me to heal though, which kinda sucks. Now it's time for the big guy, Krakaloa. I had one strategy going into this fight. Scapegoat and med spam. Krakaloa was too bulky for me to do a lot of damage at once with Luminous Roar, and the burn was slowly killing Twilat, so I was forced to spam meds and Scapegoat, which Krakaloa couldn't break in 1 turn. After a lot of back and forth action, I managed to get a Luminous Roar as he rests, putting him in the range of 2 Luminous Roars. After some more small med spam, we finally managed to take him out to red, and after 1 more Luminous Roar, we take him out. We did it! We successfully beat Loomian Legacy using just Twilat. Woo! To celebrate our victory, I took Twilat to the Lumi Center one last time, and noticed that his nickname was gone. It probably happened when I traded it, so with a new nickname in tow, do it. We finally beat Loomian Legacy with just Twilat, putting an end to this challenge in the 50 subscribers special. Oh, this video took so long to make, so please leave a like and subscribe if you can. I'm aiming for 100 subscribers by the end of the year, so I hope we can reach it. Thank you so much for 50 subscribers, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I'm gonna get some sleep now.